Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA for up-to-the-minute Dodgers news and rumors all off-season long. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. Really helps the channel out. And as always, some of your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want to see the Dodgers sign Freddie Freeman? What kind of contract would you feel comfortable giving him? And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So how's the MLB free agent madness treating everyone? Are you checking your phone 24/7? I know you are. Did you sleep well? I know you probably did after we all cried ourselves to sleep watching Corey Seager sign with the Texas Rangers and Max Scherzer signing with the New York Mets. But we've got some pretty exciting rumors to get into, starting with Freddie Freeman. MLB insider and Scott Boras' favorite puppet, John Heyman, tweet out just now, teams are trying to prize superstar first baseman Freddie Freeman from Atlanta. Some say they still don't think it will happen, but are surprised he's still free. Dodgers, who lost Seager and could move Muncy to second base, may have best hope for SoCal product. New York Yankees, Toronto, hat tip Carlos Baerga reached out. So first things first, let's break out that Dodgers rumor meter. And for this rumor that has the Dodgers as the team with the best hope to get Freddie Freeman, if it's not the Braves, I'm going to give that a 3 Dodger dogs. I definitely think there's serious smoke to that. I'm not saying that the Dodgers are all the way in it at this point when it comes to Freddie Freeman, but I definitely think they have that money burning in their pocket, and they do want to replace Corey Seager's thunder from the left side. And as far as overall production and his sheer hitting ability, Freddie Freeman would be an upgrade to Corey Seager. And yes, he did turn 32 back in September, so he might be a little bit older than you want him to be, but I do think when you look at his swing and how consistent he's been, that he's going to be a guy that's going to remain productive in his mid and maybe even late 30s. This is Freddie Freeman we're talking about. He's been one of the elite bats in the game for quite some time, but you know I bring my facts to the fight, so let's take a look at his numbers. Just look at his numbers since 2013. Since 2013, he's slashing 302, 394, 523 with a 388 WOBA and a 144 WRC plus and a 40.1 WAR, a 19.2 K percentage and a 12.2 walk percentage. Coming off that MVP season where he posted a 186 WRC plus, a 456 WOBA, and hit 13 home runs in 60 games, he did get off to a little bit of a slow start, but still finished the season slashing 300, 393, 503, had a 379 WOBA and a 135 WRC plus and 4.5 WAR. And then in the postseason, he was fantastic. He led the Braves with 5 home runs. He was third with 17 hits. He ends up slashing 304, 420, 625, and posted a 1,045 OPS. Taking a look at his StatCast percentile rankings, he's 85th percentile in average exit velocity, 90th percentile in max exit velocity, 77th percentile in hard hit percentage, 100th percentile in expected batting average, 97th percentile in expected slug, 86th in K percentage, 87th percentile in walk percentage. Look at his 98th percentile in expected weighted on base average. So the numbers are there, and then on top of that, you have the intangible qualities. Freddie Freeman is one of the most well-liked and respected players in all of Major League Baseball. He's a high-character guy. This clubhouse can never have enough of those guys. So adding Freddie Freeman to the mix would also add that benefit as well. But last week, when we explored the idea of the Dodgers potentially signing Freddie Freeman, we said it was more of a luxury than a necessity because they have Max Muncy, a lefty slugger who plays first base. And while Freddie Freeman is a Gold Glove award-winning first baseman, Muncy has made strides as a first baseman. We were even talking about him as a Gold Glove award caliber first baseman earlier this season. So considering you already had Max Muncy, did it make very much sense to pursue Freddie Freeman, especially when you consider all the other needs that the Dodgers need to fill? Well, it looks like Max Muncy could miss the start of the 2022 season. He appeared on High Heat, and he spoke with Alana Rizzo, and he gave an update on his injury status, and here's what he had to say.
It's a little slow. I'm not recovering as quick as I would like, but that's what happens when you do some serious damage to your body. Torn UCL is a slow process, but we're coming back. Everything's going according to plan, and thankfully it is the off season, so we can come back from that.
So that was not a very encouraging update there from Max Muncy. He talks about doing serious damage to your body, a torn UCL. He doesn't sound like a guy that's going to be ready to go to start the 2022 season. And then Jon Heyman in his tweet, like we said last week, he could potentially, theoretically move to second base. Now, would I feel great about Max Muncy as an everyday second baseman? I can't say that I would, but I do think he could grow into that and get the job done. And when you consider what he can do offensively, I think that I would live with it if you could show some improvements. And then also, you guys know how I feel about Gavin Lux. I think you dangle him as a trade chip to get some starting pitching, or even an impact third baseman, a Jose Ramirez type. Now, when it comes to all this money they have saved on Corey Seager and Max Scherzer, I want them primarily to focus on extending Trey Turner, but I do like this option of Freddie Freeman if you're going to make two big signings. And you look at an infield that has Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, Trey Turner, and then as of right now, Justin Turner at third base. So that'd be a very intriguing infield. Lots of firepower with Muncy and Freddie Freeman, and lots of hitting ability, and also some power with Justin Turner and Trey Turner. So that's an infield that I think is one of the better infields in all of Major League Baseball. There's no question about that. It's just a matter of the contract, because the Dodgers, they went after Max Scherzer. I'm guessing they were north of $100 million for him. Maybe a tight 2-year deal with the third-year option, but they weren't close to the $130 million that the Mets offered him. It was already reported that the Angels were second when it came to the most money that teams were willing to give him. And then you talk about Corey Seager. It was reported yesterday by Dave Vassegh that the Dodgers offered him an 8-year deal in the $250 million range. So the Dodgers, they definitely have some money. It's just how will they allocate those funds? And if they could get Freddie Freeman on a contract, $160 million for 6 years, that brings him to its age 38 season. I think that's something you might want to consider doing, because he does have that hit tool ability. He can hit for power, he can hit for contact, and I think he's a guy that really is a great locker room presence. He's from Southern California, even though he did grow up an Angels fan. We'll forgive him for that if he signs with the Blue. But I do think this could be a major coup for the Dodgers, and I think that there's no question in my mind, yes, Corey Seager is younger, but Freddie Freeman is the better and more talented and more accomplished hitter at this stage of his career. And I think that everyone out there is saying that, yeah, Freddie Freeman, he looks like he's a lifelong Brave. There's no question about that. I feel the same way. It's tough to imagine him in another team's uniform, but I think we do underestimate how that ownership group operates in Atlanta. They're not this cash cow, money is no object organization like the Guggenheim Group is with the Dodgers. They have a reputation to be penny pinchers at times, to be very cost conscious, and they're coming off a World Series win, so they have that equity with their fan base. And yes, it would really hurt their fans if they lost Freddie Freeman, but you would have to somewhat give them the benefit of the doubt, knowing that if they were to give Freddie Freeman $30+ million per year, they wouldn't be able to address very many other needs that they need to sustain winning down there in Atlanta. And I think that would be an emotional signing for the Braves because of what he's done for that franchise. But is it the best move for that franchise if you want to build a perennial contender like the Dodgers have? I think that is a pretty fair question at this point. I think he will ultimately probably sign with the Braves. A lot of signs point to that, but I wouldn't underestimate the Dodgers because now they have that money that they didn't use on Scherzer and Corey Seager. And Jon Heyman just tweeted a few seconds ago that Freeman's looking for a 6-year deal worth about $180 million. He tweeted, where does Freeman had been seeking about $180 million for 6 years? Seems reasonable to me. If that's it, Braves should just pay him. So $30 million for an MVP per year, that sounds like it's definitely about right. He would also tweet before that Yankees are definitely interested in Freddie Freeman, but like most, they have a hard time seeing the Braves let him get away. Me, if he does go, his hometown Dodgers make the most sense. So it definitely checks off some boxes. It definitely does make sense. If you're Freddie Freeman, will the Dodgers be willing to go 180? Will they be willing to go 200 when you consider California state tax and everything like that? It might take a little bit of an overpay compared to what the Braves are offering him. So I do think it is an intriguing possibility for the Dodgers to sign Freddie Freeman, and I do think it falls in line with their organizational philosophy, where because of his age, he's not really eligible for one of those 10-year deals, right? So you give him one of these 6-year deals, and then that's kind of what the Dodgers generally have been attempting to do, unless it's a player like a Mookie Betts, where you really have no choice but to lock him up for over a decade. But let me know down below in the comment section, do you think the Dodgers should pursue Freddie Freeman? Do you think they should sign him? Do you think that he fits? How do you feel about Max Muncy as a second baseman? What kind of contract would you offer Freddie Freeman? Let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la. For all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.